Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is Veeam 13 full course, and this is part 20 video in this series. So in today's session we are going to cover one of the most critical topic for any IT infrastructure: how to properly backup domain controller using Veeam Backup and Replication 13. So this is not a just a regular VM backup. This is about to protect heart of your entire infrastructure or environment, which is Active Directory. So I will walk through basically in this video why domain controller backup is critical, what can go wrong if you do not take backup properly for your domain controller, important concept for application aware backup, and a real world scenario. And finally we are going to do a complete step-by-step lab demo where I'm going to take a backup of Active Directory domain controller and then going to give you some demonstration about the restore also. So make sure you watch this video till the end, because in this is something every administrator must know, how to backup and recover your objects from Active Directory. So let's get started. So the very first thing, let's understand from the basic, because this is very important. So uh, what is why domain controller backup is critical? So a domain controller is responsible for authentication, basically logging users in, and authorization, controlling the access of your infrastructure, group policy, enforcing security rules and other group policy based on your infrastructure design, and then DNS service, which is resolving the domain names. If your domain controller goes down, your entire IT infrastructure can go down and cannot function properly. So users will not be able to log in, application may fail, and even basic services can break due to DNS and authentication authorization things. So what can go wrong now? Let's talk about the real risk. In the real environment, failures can happen. Ransomware attack can encrypt your server. Administrator can accidentally delete users or organization unit from your Active Directory, and Active Directory database can get corrupted due to some reason. Hardware or storage failure can occur where your Active Directory domain controller is sitting. So without proper backup, recovery become extremely complex. You may lose your critical data permanently related to Active Directory, and business downtime increase if you don't have a proper way to recover your Active Directory quickly. So now why DC backup is different from normal virtual machines. So this is very important concept. A domain controller not just like a virtual machine. Active Directory uses a database called ntds.dat. If you take a simple snapshot or a crash consistent backup, the database might be inconsistent state and you will not be able to recover it. So when you restore it, you can force something called USNI rollback. So this can completely break the Active Directory replication and damage your environment. That's why normal backup is not enough for Active Directory. So basically benefit when you do a proper backup: application consistency. By using Veeam application aware processing, ensure your AD database is queued and paused successfully before safely and successfully before the backup start. Granular recovery: you don't need to restore whole your server. If something deleted a single user or group policy, you can basically drive into the backup and pull that one object easily from the Active Directory backup and restore. So this is what I'm going to cover in this video, and I'm also going to cover a full backup AD server restore from the backup in coming videos. So peace of mind: you are protected against ransomware and that targets basically identity infrastructure in most of the organization. So these are the thing why Active Directory backup is different and required to be handled more carefully. So now there are some prerequisites also before we jump into lab. Ensure these things are in place. So DNS basically the Veeam server must be able to resolve your domain controller FQD and credential. You must have a service account with the domain admin rights or built-in administrator rights, which is going to be used in when you configure the domain controller backup. And network also, so ensure your proper network ports like RPC, TCP 135 and dynamic ports are open between the Veeam server and the DC guest to interact. And then important concept about application aware backup. So to solve this, we use a basically application aware processing in Veeam. So what it does, it interact with the guest OS, uses the VSS volume shadow copy services, ensure the Active Directory database is consistent in state when we take the backup. And in simple terms, it safely pause and prepares the database before taking the backup. And without this, backup may look successful, but restore can fail, or you will have a corrupted Active Directory domain server. So always remember, application aware processing is mandatory for the domain control backup. And then let's understand something by real life example or practical scenario. So imagine an admin accidentally deleted a 50 users. Without backup, you will need to recreate everything manually. It takes hours and high chances for errors. With Veeam, you can restore a specific user instantly, no downtime, no stress. Another example is ransomware attack. Let's say if your domain controller is compromised, without backup, a full rebuild is required, and with backup you can basically quickly restore your Active Directory with a live mount. So this is what difference between hours of downtime and simply minutes of recovery in few minutes only. So these are the benefit, best practices and limitations. So benefit: protect Active Directory data basically and database, ensure your business continuity, and enables granular level recovery for AD objects and group policy, reduce downtime, and then uh, protects against ransomware. Best practices which you should always follow: enable application aware processing for your domain controller, use proper admin credential, take daily backup, and keep multiple restore point for your Active Directory, and store backup in separate or immutable storage, and regular test your documents, basically restore process, and document recovery process clearly in some place in your KT document or somewhere where you can basically initiate your domain controller recovery. Important consideration: basically you should use a proper credential to backup Active Directory which have a domain administrator or built-in administrator rights. Monitor a backup regularly for Active Directory, test restore periodic, and maintain multiple restore point. So now this is my demo environment which I'm going to use in this demo as well. We have been using this demo environment since starting of this course. So I got my Active Directory DNS server, which is my main domain controller, which is running inside the VMware workstation. Then I got my Veeam server, standalone Hyper-V, and 3-node ESXi cluster which is running on vSAN, and then vCenter server appliance. Now I have deployed one of the basically this vCenter. So let me log in here, and if I go here, you can see I have deployed one of the virtual machine in my infrastructure, Win2K25 DC01. So this virtual machine has Active Directory and DNS services running. So let me show you. I have recently promoted this server as a domain controller. So you can see here, if I go to left-side.lan domain controller, you should be able to see Win2K25 DC01, which is my domain controller. Now let me log into this and show you. So this is my Active Directory and DNS server. So this is DC02, and if I show you, Active Directory and DNS services are running on this server. Let me go to and open DNS. So DC2, you can see DNS services are running, and then let me go ahead and you open Active Directory user sync computer. So you can see this is my domain controller as well, DC2. So this is my production domain controller basically, which is running on my vCenter infrastructure. So now let's take the backup of this production virtual machine. So to take the we need to first create a backup job. So I'll go here and go to virtual machine, VMware vSphere, and then I'll type something, let's say DC backup, and I'll give a high priority for this server and click next. And then I'll add my domain controller. So I'll go here and select my domain controller. So my domain controller is here, Win2K25DC02. So I'll add this domain controller, and now I'll click next, and I'll select my backup repository. So this is going to be a uh, 01, and then I'll select the retention policy for my domain controller. And if I want to select configure secondary domain secondary backup also, I can configure backup copy. So I'll go here and click next. And now this is very important. So the first thing, you need to enable the application aware backup, and then I'll go ahead and enable guest file system indexing also, and malware detection. So now you need to put some administrator account which has a domain admin account. So I'll go here and I'll add the standard account, and I'll go here and add my administrator account which has a domain admin rights for this domain. So administrator, so typo is there, so check name. So this is my inbuilt administrator account. I'll put my password here for this account and click OK. And now I'll put guest OS credential for individual machine also. So I'll go here and set user standard, and then I'll go ahead and select my account here. So left hands on, OK, and now this account is selected for guest OS credential. And now I'll go ahead and verify the connectivity and credential. So let me click here, and then you can see here test credential is starting. So this is very important thing. You should make sure your credential is successfully tested before you go ahead to the next step. So let's wait for a few seconds. It will take few seconds only to test the credential and give you feedback. So almost there. So now you can see the credential and connectivity has been validated successfully for the network. So this is good. Now I'll go ahead and close this. And now this is very important. Go to application handling, and you will see here the VSS require access is VSS is good. And now if you go and click edit, and you need to make sure application here for this thing VSS setting process transaction log with the job is recommended is configured, and this is also configured. And also I highly recommend use the persistent guest agent. So this allow basically to bypass few things such as, so by using the basically installing the persistent guest agent, you bypass the injection process entirely and making your backup faster and much more reliable, especially for the domain controller. So I'll go here and click OK, and now click OK and click next. And now select the time when you want to take backup. So let's say 6 p.m. and then apply. And now everything looks good. I'll go ahead and run this job now. So click on finish. So now you can see here the backup job is created, and it's going to run the backup soon. So now you can see 0% completed. So it will start the backup, taking backup for this virtual machine. So this is the first time backup, so that's why it's taking the full backup, and you can see here uh, everything looks good. So now one of the important thing, you need to make sure your VSS is working properly and there is no error related to VSS. So let me show you. So I'm on my domain controller DC02, and you can run this command vss admin list writers, basically to see your writers, how your VSS writers are performing. So if you go at the bottom, you will see here VSS writer name is NTDS. So this is the writer which is responsible for taking the Active Directory backup and making sure your backup is good from Veeam or any other tool. So you can see the state is 1, which is stable, and last error is no errors. So it means your writer VSS writer is working perfectly fine, and there should be no problem related to Active Directory backup. So now you can see the VM backup has started, and you can see here it's indexing the guest OS is running, and you can see the virtual disk backup has started for this virtual machine disk. So now Now it will take some time depending on the backup size of your domain controller. So in my infrastructure, it's going to take 5 minutes to take this virtual machine backup. So I'll go ahead and pause the recording here. Once the backup is completed, I'll resume from there. So now you can see almost 4 gig data is processed and 8% completed. So now let me show you. So we are getting our backup here. So if I go to repository 1 backup, and then this is my backup DC backup folder, and then inside this folder I got my first backup created here, so which is basically a full backup. So this is good. So now the backup is completed. It is removing the snapshot for the virtual machine which was taken before during the snapshot. So everything looks good, and now let's wait for a few more seconds here. So now it's finalizing, everything should be done. Now I'll go ahead and click OK here, and now you can see uh, almost done, 90%, and now you can see the last backup is taken successfully. So everything looks good. Now let me show you something. So if I go to basically to inventory, and this is my domain controller. So if I right click on this machine now and go to restore, you should be able to see here at the bottom Microsoft Active Directory objects from backup. So this say shows you are able to take AD aware backup basically, and if I click here you should be able to see. So this is just few minutes back, full backup at 141. So I'll click next here, and let me click so demo, I'll put something and click next, and now browse. So once I click on browse, it will open my Active Directory here, Veeam Active Directory Explorer, and click yes. And now it will take some few seconds basically to open you the Active Directory objects, and then you should be able to see basically at the back end this is mounting the Active Directory database from the virtual machine, and it will show you all the objects. So now you can see 3000, approx 3000 object was identified. Now this is my domain name, and if I go to group policy, you should be able to see I got both the group policy here. If I want to basically restore the object, I can go here and click on restore to restore on the domain controller, and restore object to other location also you can perform. And if I go to users and computer, you should be able to see our basically groups, servers, all the servers, users. So everything is visible, and you can go ahead and restore these objects. And also if you want, you can go ahead and compare the object attribute also. So this is how you can take the backup of your Active Directory in the correct way. And in the coming video I'll go ahead and show you how to recover your Active Directory domain controller from the backup. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye.